Give it up for Lucille Miller, one of our, or actually, I'm not only a patient, but she's also the president of the Ohio chapter of the Scleroderma Foundation. Give it up for Lucille. Say hi.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I think this is fabulous. I'm the first one patient on here, so.
Don't feel bad. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm number one. Just kidding.
Exactly.
No, I'm kidding.
How are you doing, man? Are you hanging in there?
We're hanging in there. Most of my appointments have been canceled. We're going to the virtual, appointments, should I say. Still getting deliveries, medical deliveries, but they're really low. Because I'm on TPN and I have feeding tube, so I understand that they need to kind of not give you 100 alcohol wipes. Just hey, I get it. We've been giving them away to other patients that don't have them.
That's good. And I'm glad you're actually supporting everybody else. I mean, a lot of people just want to shelter in place and feel like their hands are tied. They can't do anything. I mean, we have medical supplies that we've been giving. Been giving my parents masks so they can go out, and gloves, and you have to help each other out, especially those that actually have to stay home.
You have to stay at home. We have a lot of patients that either can't afford it, can't find it. Their companies are not delivering properly or on time for whatever reason. I don't know. So we've tried to do our part in that, just to help. And
yeah, definitely. I think one of the biggest things I notice and have taken for granted is Amazon Prime. Ordering something and having it come within an hour or the next day, and now it's a week to a month. It's ridiculous.
Right. Around Christmas time, oddly enough, we kind of got hacked. Our credit card got hacked for 120 rolls of 2-ply Angel Soft paper.
Well, good luck.
Oh.
Well, it went to a good cause. They could have gone on a trip to Bahamas or something.
Yeah, things are. As Ohio is a state, we're on lockdown, as you know, and so we're just trying to be cool.
Yeah. I think that a lot of it now is what people are realizing. Everybody just has to stay calm. You
gotta stay calm. You gotta stay positive. You can't panic. If you panic,
you run out of toilet paper.
Good for the disease.
Exactly.
I don't breathe well when I panic. I don't breathe well anyway, obviously.
Well, your spirits are up. This is the one thing that I realized working with a lot of patients is that they are some of the most positive people in sort of the most negative situations. I've seen the lowest low, I've seen the highest high, but it's like you just smile through it.
Mm-hmm. You should. And one thing is that I've seen patients that are just, they don't know how they're going to get through the day, the week, the hour. It doesn't. But it's my choice to smile.
That's right.
It's not Scleroderma's choice. It's my choice to smile, or it's my choice to be negative, or it's my choice to be positive, and I choose the positive end if I can. Yes.
No, that's exactly what you gotta do. Especially in the situation that we're in right now, where everything coming out of the news is negative, and
turn it off.
Yeah, I said, I heard this great advice where you listen to listen to the facts and then turn it off because you don't want to hear the side comments afterwards.
No, because it is scary. I mean, we are immunocompromised. It's a scary thing to think about. But for myself, all germs are scary. All, everything is scary. I always wear a mask. I have my Vlog mask. I, I feel like when I went through the chemotherapy, I felt like I was a germaphobe. Like I needed to be so much more aware. So this is this is definitely different, obviously, but being safe.
Exactly. Well, now everybody knows how you feel like when you were on Cytoxan and have to stay at home. And I,
Yeah,
I
right.
think that everybody can relate now. I mean, when my wife was going through chemo, same deal. She had to be locked down at home. She can't go out. She can't touch anything. Or even the
Nobody
kids have to be
wants to do it.
sterilized before they give
Yeah,
her a hug. Yeah.
right.
So, I mean, everybody's feeling now. So I hope you guys sort of like know what our patients go through almost on a day-to-day basis, and this is the reason why we're doing this as well too. It's because a lot of you guys want to, a lot of our patients, we provide the socializing time, whether it's a walk or any of our other events and fundraisers or tailgate parties or support groups, education days, everything that we've had to cancel the last the last week or so for the next few months. It's stuff that allows personally our patients and their supporters and their support system to be able to socialize, and that's what we're doing, is to be able to still provide that, whether it's virtually or hopefully after all this thing is blown over, back to a regularly scheduled program. All right.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly, and just not feeling alone. The mental aspect of feeling alone can be different for everybody. I mean, not everybody has a family
Right.
to help them out, and that's a quite the challenge.
Well, you're in the Scleroderma family now. You can reach out to any one of us, which is great. I think the comfort in having a second family here,
No,
it's now more apparent, right?
it completely. Um, Joining when we moved to Cleveland, um, for the hospitals, for better hospital care, for ourselves. That was our choice. Um, I went to my very first walk in Ohio, and I thought, wow, this is I'm not alone. This is amazing, and so now with the changes, I mean, we're still not alone. These people are fabulous. They're
And
fabulous
we're
people.
always bugging you. I mean, how many Zoom calls
It
can you
works.
be in an hour?
It works. I mean, it's a community of friendship and chosen family,
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
know, that know what you're going through, know what your family's going through or have been through. And it's, I feel closer to some of them than some of my own.
Some of your own family.
Yeah, yes. Or some of my own, my healthy friends.
Yeah, because I mean, there's
They
that
get it.
compassion. Yeah, they
Mhm.
know what you're going through.
Yeah, I mean,
Totally understand.
it's just it's a different way to look at things. So,
Exactly. So what I'm gonna do now is, this is what I'm gonna do for all our guests. Is we're gonna play 20 questions. Is that
nah.
okay? Are you
Oh, okay,
ready?
me?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Because I
Is that
started
the
off with 20 questions.
competition?
I
That
know.
sounds like
What's that?
Does that sound confident? Yeah, I'm confident.
Tap dance. You can do it. You can do it. We're all tap dancing right now.
Yeah, I'll just X off if I don't like the question.
This is live. We can't edit.
Right. This is
It's gonna be fun. All right, here we go.
fine.
Let's see.
Fine.
Let's see. Let's find a set of 20 questions that work with you. All right, here we go. Ready? What
I'm
is
ready.
something you've never tried but want to do?
This is ridiculous. I've always wanted to learn how to play the bagpipes, and I know that I can't do that
You never know what you're gonna get, right?
now. I mean, with my lungs, I'm like, well, pickles. I should have done this a long time ago, but yeah.
Bagpipe.
Oh well.
That's the
Bagpipe.
first.
That's the first for you, right?
Exactly. Okay, what's one thing you can't live without?
Well,
Vitamin
my
water?
husband. I should. We can't edit. My husband.
And triple
Vitamin
X.
water is yeah, triple X. It just I can swallow it easier. I have difficulty swallowing, so it works.
All right, what's one thing you can't resist? Triple X.
So, gosh, can't resist. My mind wants to go to food right now because I feel like I just want to like we're all eating all the time. One thing I can't resist, just my family.
Aw. Are you
Yeah.
sure? All right, what is your greatest fear?
Snakes.
Snakes?
Snakes.
Okay, that's good. Moving on.
I was very confident.
It's a very confident fear.
Snakes.
What's the most unique thing about you?
Well, I can eat 3 ways.
Oh my god.
He asked me that.
That's the
one
first
time.
two. That's the first
I know.
two.
I've got the feeding tube. I've got TPN, and I can eat through my mouth. It doesn't do anything through my mouth, but hey.
Hey, it works. Yeah, we have Chanel coming on later on, so she might have 4 ways. It'll be hilarious.
Okay. If
What?
we can eat on the 4 ways, then we'll figure something out. I don't know.
Where is the best place you've ever traveled to, and why?
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Hawaii, yes. It was our 5-year anniversary. Was when we first started going there. And the people there are just lovely, and they welcome you, and yeah.
That's the one thing. That's the one place I've actually only been to, but it was only a 3-hour layover. One day I'll actually lay on the beach or something there. Travel that much and just like 3 hours in Hawaii.
Right now is a good time to buy tickets, I hear. For the fall.
That's true. All right, what's your favorite board game?
Oh, my favorite board game. Goodness, I have so many. Well, it's not Candyland. It's not Sheets and Ladders. It is. I love Taboo. That's not really a board game, is it?
It's still a board game. I'd say it comes in a box. That's
It does come in a box.
We can use that. Okay, what's your 3 most overused words or phrases? If you were in California, you'd be saying like, a dude.
Overused words or phrases. Well, my mother always said, "Don't say a lot," because she was a teacher. And is just so I say pickles all the time because that's.
I like that. That's really good. What's the best book you've ever read?
Oh gosh. I'm looking at my bookshelf right now. I have so many. I love Greek mythology. I love Greek mythology.
What is your favorite place to be? Where is your place to be?
Where? Oh, home. Which is I love Ohio, OHIO, but Cleveland rocks, and it is a great city. But my home, which would be Asheville, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, in the mountains.
In the mountains?
Hmm.
What is the weirdest job you've ever had?
Scraping gum off of gas stations.
Oh.
Like, yeah, it's a
Oh
long
my.
story. Yeah, just
Yeah,
gum
that's not.
and tobacco dip, spit. Yeah.
Oh, no. Stop.
Yeah.
Especially now that we're very germ conscious.
Yeah, yeah. You would think I'd have an immune system, right?
All right, finish the sentence. You feel most alive when.
I feel most alive when I wake up every day.
That's awesome.
Wake up every day with a goal.
That is awesome. All right, we're gonna skip down here. What would you? Oh, well, no, that one. So, what would you? What else would you do as a career if you're not doing your career right now?
I love social media. That's been one of my we've done and the Ohio chapter, the Sunday sit downs tomorrow. You know, I would love to be. I would love to have a podcast. Honestly,
Now's the time.
I know. I would love. I would love to do that. I'd love to write a book. Just express.
Well, now that everybody's shut in, I'm sure you can just pick up that pen and start at it.
Except I have the broken arm. But
All right, here's another fill in the blank. When you eat Thanksgiving dinner, you always blank 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 blank.
I always have to have my own green bean casserole.
Ah,
I don't do the canned green beans.
it's gotta be fresh.
Gotta be fresh, babe. Gotta be fresh.
Good.
But everybody else wants the canned ones. I'm like, oh, it tastes like can.
All right, here's a hard one. What?
Uh-oh.
Actually, it goes along with what's happening right now. What are the three things you wouldn't miss if you were stranded on an island?
3 things I wouldn't miss.
You wouldn't miss.
Drama. There's been a lot of drama, and I would say like with our disease and such.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hard one. Give me a minute. Okay. Wouldn't miss. Gosh. If just me by myself.
By yourself on an
By
island.
myself. Oh gosh, I'd miss my family.
You wouldn't miss. You wouldn't miss. Things you wouldn't miss.
Oh,
Your family. Well then, Miss Lucille Miller.
No, I'm just kidding. That was just a joke for the day, just to get things rolling. I wouldn't miss. Oh gosh. Well, I
Politics.
definitely wouldn't. Politics. Well, I love politics to a degree. I would not miss meatloaf.
Oh wow. I don't know if I'm in the same boat as you.
It's like meat in a pan, and
and ketchup on top, and
yeah.
And last but not least, what is your personal philosophy?
My personal philosophy: wake up every day with a goal, and if the day looks, this is going to get long. If the day looks like too long, 24 hours is long. That's a long time. Break it up. Break it up into multiple goals.
That's good. Do you still follow the spoon theory?
No,
No.
not necessarily. No, did for a while, but then I realized that for myself, waking up in the morning and having a goal from when I woke up until like lunchtime. Even I don't care if it's just, hey, I got up and I took a shower. That's something to be celebrated. And then you change it up until new goal until 4 o'clock. And then,
That's
so
awesome. I mean, short term, making it long term.
Goals, I think, look better than long term sometimes.
Especially now.
Right. Yeah, no.
You don't know what they're going to do next week.
No, we don't.
Oh, jeez. All right, you have like 4 more minutes. So any last things you want to say, Miss Lucille Miller?
Well, I hope everybody out there is doing well and staying as safe as possible. And this is a new adventure, a bad dream adventure that our country is. We're all in, but we need to stay inside. Stay inside. Stay. Just, I don't know. I don't even want to order anything from Amazon. No offense against Amazon. I'm just saying, like, germs. I'm afraid of them. I don't know.
And now we all are.
We all are.
It's like, welcome to the club, everybody. Welcome to our world.
What house have you been at delivering first? Who have you touched?
Oh, no, well, the whole thing, like in California, right? One of our big Amazon warehouses where several workers tested positive, and also the warning is if we get something delivered, leave it outside for a few days. I'm like, no, I want to rip that open and use it already. So you come out with Lysol and spray the whole thing down.
Right, exactly. If you can get your Lysol.
Oh wow! Hey, you want to join in with Chanel?
Sure.
Chanel, are you ready to come in? Give me a big nod. Oh wait, hold on, we're waiting for Chanel. Good morning. Oh my gosh! All right, let's put two of our wonderful patients together. Give it up for the viral princess herself, Chanel White. Rock on, rock star.
Chanel. Good morning.
Oh wow, I can hear myself. That's weird delay.
All right, let's put.
Oh, you're watching my stream right now, aren't you?
Oh shoot, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah, go mute that. As much as everybody else likes my voice, I hate it. I swear.
Oh my God. I messed it up.
It's okay.
Already.
How are you doing, Chanel?
I'm good. I mean, for being like stuck inside for going on 3.5 weeks.
Oh no. You remember Lucille?
Of course.
Yeah.
Aren't you guys like BFFs and stuff?
Yes, we are BFFs. I don't know. Can I give her like a virtual high five? Like, can she see me and she can give a high five? Let me see if I can
put that together. Hold on. Let me see if I can make that. That's close enough. I think one side.
Did it work?
No. Lucille, the other way.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it working?
The cat star?
There we go.
Yes!
That's close enough for me. Here, let me put everybody on the same screen. There we are.
Ooh,
Look at that. Look, we're all here. Hi, everybody.
Ooh.
It's Zoom to Facebook Live. It works.
Cool. This is cool. I'm glad it works. I don't know.
I've been getting that a lot. Whoa, technology. What's it?
Pretty cool. Everyone's
the darn button.
had a video chat, so I love it.
Imagine if we didn't have FaceTime this whole time. Everybody would be...
I know.
Miserable.
Yeah, true. And the family FaceTimes work. Grandma and Grandpa want to see their grandkids that they haven't seen.
I'm going to a virtual wedding after this. So
No way.
think about that.
What?
It's amazing. One day we'll all be wearing the goggles and, it's the Matrix.
Yeah, we're going to get in, like, I'm a bridesmaid, for my, it's my sister-in-law's wedding. So we're going to get, like, in our stuff and just, like, virtually FaceTime in for the wedding. So it's going to be great.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's technology nowadays. Really, it's ridiculous.
I mean, it's really sad, but it's also awesome. We can do it. I feel so bad, but like, you know, we're doing it. They're getting married no matter what, even if we all have to just virtually get in. So
that's good. And I hear you've been doing some really adventurous stuff before this whole thing dropped. Didn't you? Yeah, tell us a little bit about your adventure.
I don't know. What did I do?
By the way, this is I didn't really introduce you. I just said she's here. This is Chanel White, all the way from Seattle, correct?
Yeah.
Or Seattle area, and she's a scleroderma patient as well too, right? Also you're a scleroderma patient.
Oh, yes, I am.
Stem cell recipient. Went through the whole nine. Has a lovely little viral video showing how invisible scleroderma can be and how well everybody else hides it. But I think we're all in the same boat. But you're looking good today. Dressed up for the virtual wedding.
Yes, I had to like dress up for the virtual wedding. So I don't normally wear makeup, but whenever I wear it, everyone's like, "Wow!" I'm like, "Yeah, you can't see the bags under my eyes." So yes,
it's funny now. Everybody's into Zoom culture. I'd say it's a totally new culture right now where, you know, before conference calls, you don't dress up. You just do your conference call. And then you have the Zoom culture where you totally make up yourself for the first week of meetings. And then after a while, you're like, screw it. Here I am in my living room doing whatever I want.
My favorite video was watching all the conference video fails. Like on that's going around the internet right now of people that like took their camera to the bathroom, not realizing that like their whole company can see them or something. I don't know if you guys have seen that video, but like I was dying laughing so hard.
And I'm sure that's not the only video out there where people.
There's a lot of them, and they are gold. So good.
I mean seriously, but we couldn't be able to do this without friggin' Zoom, and I'm crossing my fingers right now that it doesn't crash. And I did a test last week and it did.
Fingers, but I can't actually do that.
What's that?
I said I'd try to cross my fingers with you, but they don't actually cross anymore. So,
are you okay? Everything good? Reynald's kicking your butt today.
Yeah. My kitchen's a little bit cold, but not too bad.
All right, good. And you and your husband, you guys are good? You haven't killed each other yet?
Oh, no. He actually still has to work. His job is considered essential. And so I've just been like home alone watching anime for 3.5 weeks. I've made some really, really good embroidery. Just hanging out with my cats. Everybody's
like coming up with new skills. I mean, you're either going to be a great cook or a great drinker after all of this.
Funny story. I used all the flour in my house because I was trying to learn to cook because I'm like, I should do something useful with my time. And like, I tried to make bread and it just turned out like a giant cookie. Like just didn't rise at all. It was a disaster. It was like hard as bricks. I'm not a good cook, but I enjoy doing it, or baker, but I enjoy doing it.
Good. I'm glad you're finding something new. I think that this is a great reset for everybody in their skill set where it's like, okay, what else can I do? You know, I've been flying my drone and visiting my neighbors just for fun.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
Yeah. If it could carry more weight, I'll deliver stuff with it as well too. For all those that were making fun of drone deliveries with Amazon, don't you wish you're doing it right now?
Yes, I
do. Yeah, it's like drop off some toilet paper for me. Oh, well, that's the next video. We'll do that with a drone. That'll be hilarious.
It's a good idea.
But everything. How? I mean, I got so many things in my brain right now. It's ridiculous. Chanel.
Yeah.
So you just went skydiving.
That's true. In August, against every one of my doctor's wishes.
Such a rebel.
Yeah. Yeah. It was on my bucket list. And it's one thing that I always just was kind of like put off because I'm like, oh, it's not safe. It's not safe. And I've like been on death's doorstep so many times. I'm just like, why haven't I jumped out of a plane? So for my birthday, which was like my golden birthday, because I turned 28 on the 28th in August, we just decided to, me, Noel, my husband, and one of my friends flew up from California, and we just all went skydiving. And it was like the greatest thing in the whole world.
Would you do it again?
Hell yes, I would do it again.
All right.
Honestly, I wanted to do it immediately after we touched down on the ground.
It's like that first roller coaster, right? You're afraid of it, you do it, and you're like, give me a bigger, longer, more loops, all that stuff.
Yeah, my doctor, it's so funny because I had a doctor's appointment, and I had to get someone to sign it, like sign the waiver, and my doctor was like, no, like I will not sign this. That goes against everything. Like, absolutely not. And so I like had to go to another doctor and just like tears and be like, but it's for my bucket list. And I finally got it.
You know, your doctor's coming on later on, right?
Yeah, I was like, he may or may not be coming on the podcast later. He agreed. He was like, this is crazy, but like, sure, go for it. I don't advise it, but like, if this is something you need to do, which hallelujah for doctors that understand we are more than patients. We are human beings with goals and desires. And I desired to throw myself out of a plane.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're also a mermaid, I hear.
That? Yes. I'm just magical. Yeah, so, I mean, before everyone, before this giant virus started happening, I was like I did like birthday parties and like volunteer events where I would dress up as a mermaid, like full tail and all, and just do like encounters for children. It was super fun. I worked with like Make-A-Wish and Seattle Children's Hospital, and it was a blast.
That's awesome. Your contacts, where can people find you doing these crazy things?
How do they find me?
Yeah, your Instagram or your social or whatever we can put in the comments so people can actually look for you.
I mean, yeah, Instagram, Facebook. It's all just the Tube Fed Wife because, Tube Fed. It was catchy. When I originally made the blog, it was a day in the life of the Tube Fed Wife. And I was like, ooh, that's so catchy. But that was too long to put in the handle, so it just turned into the Tube Fed Wife. But you can literally find me on any channel with that. So
that's awesome. Well, you branded yourself, right?
I guess, yeah.
What happens when the tube comes out?
What's funny is after my transplant, I was able to take out my tube for a short period of time because I went into like a brief period of remission. And I was like, oh man, what do I do? And of course I relapsed super hard and now I have multiple tubes. But it's, the period of remission, even when I didn't have a tube, was a nice time for people to come and be like, oh, there is hope. And now it's just like, oh, she's back. Hope is gone.
No, don't say that. The fact that you are still here, still alive, every single day when I talk to my wife, and she even said herself, I'm just a big fat miracle. And it's true. Because a lot of y'all were given, months, 5 years.
Yeah.
And you guys are breaking every single diagnosis that you guys have been given. And
that is true. Noel and I just call these bonus years because I definitely shouldn't be here. And so that's why I'm like, why not throw myself out of a plane? Because I shouldn't even be here. So why should I not just enjoy my life? Do the things I want to do.
I know. I mean, it's a thin line, but YOLO living sometimes you got to do.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, when I was younger, I did bungee jumping.
Ooh,
for work.
Cool. For work?
For work, yeah. Another odd job that I did, and you're going to be hearing a lot of this. Universal Studios, Halloween Horror Nights, they needed bungee jumpers. I raised my hand. So 500 jumps a night, and it was really tiring, but
oh my
I was half the size of what I am now, so it was a lot easier. Yeah, 50-foot jumps.
Like hurt your head? Like, that's my worry with bungee jumping, is that all the blood just goes to your head,
Oh, it's so fun.
Really?
That's the fun part. No, it's upright harnesses. I wasn't dropping from my feet, so it's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So that's
it's
my
different.
thing. Like, I would jump out of a plane, but I would not bungee jump just because I feel like all the blood would just like explode out of my head.
I think that's the high that people get when you do bungee jumping, isn't it? Oh my god.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
All right, I have to find some 20 questions for Chanel. Let's see here.
Okay.
All right.
I'm so
I
ready.
have several sets that I can go through.
Okay. Shoot, you mean I can't cheat off Lucille's because I totally came up with answers for them?
Oh, you want
I
to? We
tuned
can
in
do
early so I
Lucille's.
could
Let's do
get ahead.
Lucille's.
No, it's okay. Surprise
Let's get
me.
to know Chanel. Live on Mundeezy Stream for a Gear. All right, here we go, Chanel. We're gonna do Lucille's. I want to hear your answers. All right, ready?
Okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
What is something you've never tried but want to?
I want to be good at like second language. I've tried so many and just failed at all of them because my brain was just like, nope. So I want to actually go through with a second language.
What's one thing you couldn't live without?
Cats.
Cats?
Cats. My cats.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will agree with you too. What's one thing you cannot resist?
Cats. Cats.
Well,
Every answer is cats.
what's your greatest fear?
Okay, you can't laugh at me, but moths.
No, I'm not laughing.
No, don't make that
I'm not
face.
laughing. I can't laugh. No, my wife is the same thing. She sees a tiny little moth and she'll scream and run until I kill
No,
it.
I will like scream and like if there's a moth on my front door, I will just leave and come back later. Like I don't.
Okay,
moths.
now I can
don't-
laugh.
They freak me out.
What's the most unique thing about you?
I grew up on an ostrich farm.
Okay.
Ooh. Wow.
Wow.
My grandparents owned 70 ostriches, and so like kids had dogs growing up. I had an ostrich named Lucy.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. All right. Well, where is the best place you've traveled to and why?
Always Hawaii. I mean, you could tell me here's a free ticket to anywhere in the world, I would still go back to Hawaii because it's the greatest. I've gone multiple times and will never get sick of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. What's your favorite board game? Cats.
Cats. Cards Against Humanity, just because it's super fun and it always makes people giggle, and anything that can put me into a laughing fit is what I want. So
That's a good one.
yeah. I've seen people doing it on Zoom, which is hilarious.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
I personally really love their like cannabis like extra pack. Like it's just like funny things for people that smoke cannabis or whatever, and it's absolutely hilarious. I love it.
All right.
Their
Let's see.
bonus pack.
And cats. What are your three most overused words or phrases?
Rad. I say rad a lot. I say dude way too much. And oh gosh, I don't know. Probably oh gosh.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I say that a lot.
What's the best book you've ever read?
Vicious by V.E. Schwab.
Ooh, gotta look that up.
So good.
So good. What's the weirdest job you've ever had besides a mermaid? But it's
Oh, that's true. So one of my first jobs was at one of those inflatable bouncy house arenas, and basically I was just a lifeguard, but for bouncy houses. So I mean that was weird, but also fun because when all the kids left, we got to go do like backflips off the big inflatable into the little inflatables.
okay. Again, a first.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, you feel the most alive when blank.
Jumping out of a plane.
Yeah. What do you think sets you apart from other patients?
I'm just I don't
Yeah.
an awkward human being, and I think people are
Somebody
drawn
just
to my
called you
awkwardness.
the goat of Scleroderma warriors. That's awesome. No, not goat,
Oh, that's so
goat.
cute.
Yeah, that's awesome. See, I am reading your comments, so you can comment on the side if you want to.
Oh,
well,
cute.
I know. I think you're gonna go back and start reading the comments and see what they
Yeah.
talk. Your mom's watching you, by the way.
Oh, I think my dad's on here too. Hi, Mom and Dad.
That's the big hi, mom. We had. I used to be an extra in TV, and anytime you look at the camera, they yell at you for going, "No hi, moms! No hi, moms!" All right, if you could,
That would be me the whole time, just staring, like breaking that fourth wall.
you're like, just look at the camera. If let's see,
It wasn't me. I don't know.
if you could have another job for just one day, what would it be? One day, not a career.
One day.
Yeah.
I would love to be like a dolphin trainer for one day because that was like my childhood fantasy. So let's go with that.
Dolphin trainer. I like that one. Let's see. When you eat Thanksgiving dinner, you always blank.
Well, when I eat Thanksgiving dinner, I always go for the stuffing first, and I chew it up, and then I spit it out because I can't swallow food. So we've designed something called bird bagging, where whenever we have meals, and this is like I go over to my in-laws every Sunday for dinner, and they always just have out like a little cup that's opaque so you can't see it, so I can chew up the food and spit it out.
I remember 3 years ago during Arizona, I'm like, "Hey, Chanel, you want to go grab lunch?" And you're like, "Well, you kind of can't eat anything."
Well, I mean, yes, I will totally go watch you eat. I'm always down to watch people eat.
That was hilarious, and I'm like, "Oh crap! Did I just say go have lunch with somebody who has a feeding tube?"
No, that's like a daily thing for me, and I think it's hilarious, and I totally don't care.
Or what are 3 things you wouldn't miss if you were stuck on an island all by yourself?
Traffic.
Ah.
I would not miss traffic. Capitalism, politics, and the patriarchy. Having
Right
to wear
on.
clothes. I don't know.
Did
If
you say
I'm on an island
clothes?
by myself, I'm birthday suiting it all day, every day.
Well, there you go, kids. That's Chanel. All right, tell us something that might surprise us about you.
That might surprise you. Everyone's always really surprised by how tall I am. I'm 5'10", like not wearing shoes. So everyone, when they meet me, the first thing they say is like, "Wow, you're really tall." I don't know why people like see me online and they just, I guess, think I'm small, but I just like tower over other people, especially as a woman. And so
Especially
that is
Lucille.
that's always really surprising for people. When I put on heels, I'm like 6'1", and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh."
Well, see, that was the one thing that was like really devastating for me is when they canceled our national convention. And I'm going, I just want to see these warriors and talk to you
That's
guys
like-
face to face.
It's my
And it was in your
favorite
backyard.
Yeah, exactly. It's my favorite weekend of the entire year. And like finally for the first time in like 20 years, it's going to be in my backyard. It's going to be in Seattle. I was so excited. I opened that email that said it was canceled and I like screamed at my phone for 20 minutes because I was so excited. I'm so bummed. Like I can't even. It's just I love partying with scleroderma patients because I swear they save their energy for that one weekend and then they just party so hard.
I saw those pictures from New Orleans. So yeah.
We went all out. That was a good year.
I missed that one. Chicago was rainy. That was hard. It was rainy. It's hot and sticky. I mean, we still went out, but we came back and we're like soaking wet and wanted to sleep.
Yeah, not a Chicago fan. Too many bad memories there.
True. All right, let's see. One last thing. What's your personal philosophy?
Ooh, feel all of your emotions because they're all valid. Like, don't be like, oh, I can't feel bad for myself. You can feel bad for yourself if your circumstances suck, but like, don't linger there. You know what I mean? Like, just feel it all because you deserve to.
That's awesome. I mean, this is why I like talking to you guys. You guys have like such a different perspective. I mean, not to say that I don't talk to my wife, but same thing. It's like you've gone through the worst of the worst. You've been through the Mack truck mornings. We call it, after any chemo thing, it's Mack truck morning, and like, you feel like you got hit by a truck. Yes, honey, and like, I'm washing the dishes the next day. Oh, okay, the next meal. Okay. But yeah, I'm totally understanding. You guys it's just awesomely inspiring, and thank you guys for coming over to my little stream-a-thon. I think we should do this again.
Thanks for having us.
We should do this like on a monthly deal. It's just like, let's do a Scleroderma stream-a-thon, just like everybody goes on.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
I'm down.
I finally figured out the technology to do it, which is great.
Woo!
Yeah. Oh, well, before I let you guys go, and I know you're gonna watch, right, Chanel? Because you got your favorite people coming up at 2.
Oh my gosh! Yes, Pearl is going to be on, and I'm freaking out. Hi.
I'm surprised you're not wearing your Steven Universe cosplay.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I cosplayed my Pearl, and I'm so proud of it. I love cosplay.
Feel free to jump on later when they're on, and we'll drag you in here.
Oh my gosh! Do it,
freak
please.
out.
Yeah, I would lose my mind.
No, quick little story, because I know she's watching. Jen Paz is watching, and then 2 years ago, I was in line because my son wanted to get Jennifer Paz's autograph, right? Because he's a big Steven Universe fan, and we were literally in line for 3.5 hours.
What?
And I'm going, wait, I know Jen. We have some friends that I'm like going, by the time we get there, I'm like going, I'm already connected to all of her people. I'm like, Jen, you remember me? And we're like, yeah, where are you in line?
Can I just say that one of my favorite lines in all of Steven Universe is Jen's line as Lapis, where, like, getting all Steven Universe here, where Blue Diamond makes everybody cry and everyone's like on the floor suffering, and she just looks at her and goes, I've felt worse. And like, that is like, boom. Like, that was so powerful. And I just, So
that's awesome.
That's just my tidbit for Jen. Hi, Lapis.
Well, she's coming on later. She's also an autoimmune warrior herself too.
No way.
So if you follow her, she has alopecia, and so this is she's one of the targets of COVID-19. Yeah, which is makes it so. And she knows exactly how y'all feel, and I think there's such a bond with people with the same diseases or whatnot, because there's an understanding. Y'all have the same like 14 medications that y'all have to take all the time. And
that's
I know
true.
this. I used to organize my wife's medicine and use a little carry thing. Now they're all just in a big old plastic bag because you just can't organize it. You just have to take it.
Isn't that funny? I used to like organize so hard, and now I'm just like, screw it. Just throw them all in a bag. I know what they look like at this point.
And before it was like one pill and drink one pill. Now it's like,
now you crush them, push them, whatever you have to do. But it's like whatever.
And every delivery from the hospital comes in the big bag or a big box, and I'm going, honey, it's here.
Yep. I'm always surprised because I get all my feeding tube supplies delivered every month, and I'm always surprised no one steals them off my porch because it's like a bunch of huge boxes. Right. And then I realize, like, you can't lift them. They weigh like 1 million pounds each, so that's probably why no one stole them.
Exactly. If
they
it's too
try
heavy,
and they're like, just kidding, this isn't worth it.
Yeah. No, I've had to deal with what do you call that? Picking up. Geez, I'm forgetting the medicine right now. It's the sildenafil.
Oh yeah.
So I have to pick up the sildenafil.
Oh no! They're like, really,
man.
dude? You need this much?
Exactly. It was like a big box, and so they have to call the doctor. They have to sign off on it. It's like,
oh my gosh. Can we just clarify for those of you who don't know what sildenafil is? It's the active ingredient in Viagra. A lot of patients take it for the Raynaud's. It helps prevent digital ulcers. And so like as a woman, when I go up to pick up sildenafil, they're like, is this for your husband? Like, is this the right name? And it's like, actually, no, my husband functions fine. I don't. So,
Well, I'm carrying 6 months supply.
Yeah.
No,
oh my gosh,
call the doctor, please. Put it in the brown bag.
I ended up having mine delivered to my home because I was just so sick of having to explain to the pharmacist, like, I'm not, like, the reason I had to use it. I was like, I give up. Just send it to my house.
And the ridiculous thing is, if you're doing it for Raynaud's or for heart issues or whatnot, it's almost free, like it's five
Oh,
bucks.
yeah.
But if you're a dude, it's like $50 a pill. I mean, seriously, I was carrying home like $20,000 worth of sildenafil. I could, sell in the black market and make a bunch of money. But yeah, so the problems of caregivers of scleroderma patients.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's one thing I learned as a caregiver is just managing the medication and what do you call it, the records. Yeah, we have. Yeah. And keep the receipts. You guys
have a huge role. Like, you guys are in this fight as much as we are, if not more. Because, like, personally, I think watching the person you love suffer is way harder than doing the actual suffering.
Absolutely.
So I always tell people, they're always trying to comfort me. And I'm like, no, please comfort my husband. Because that's way harder.
Yeah. And I think during the conferences, a lot of the lectures that I go to, I think Sean Berlisle does one all the time, where it's caregivers dealing with being a caregiver and finding that balance. I mean, usually I shove myself into the work and trying to fix things because mentally that's what I want to do. It's like, what's wrong with you? Let's fix it. But that can also burn us out, and that's
exactly.
Yeah, and that's one thing I learned, and I do want to pass on as a caregiver, is that find your balance. Take that time. I'm right on the mountains on what they call in La Crescenta, what they call the balcony of Southern California here in LA.
Fancy.
I know, it's fancy. When it snows, I'm 15 minutes away from the snow, and then I'm 45 minutes away from the beach, which is awesome.
Oh, cool.
But I would just drive up the crest and then just find a spot where there's no cell signal and just chill. And just enjoy the view, breathe the fresh air. And it's like, this is one of the first things I did when my wife got diagnosed. And, you got 5 years. I'm like, oh, you're hearing that. I'm like, leave me alone for a bit. Exactly. And I think that's very important for caregivers to know that, watch out for yourself too and talk to people. I mean, I'm glad Joe, who came on earlier, was one of the people that approached me and asked me if I'm okay because he saw me walking by myself around the house, around the block. It's like, let me join you, and allowed me to use my creativity to get out there. You gotta find the friends too, and a lot of friends are the ones that won't understand what you're going through as a caregiver and what your wife or what if whoever the patient is going through as well too. Because now the caregiver has to explain it to the family and has to explain it to everybody else. I think
oops, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say my like life lesson or whatever, the like feel your feelings, that applies 100% to caregivers as well. Like we need, like I know that like having a condition that will end in your death, right, is like, I have a therapist, I take mental health medication, and I think that caregivers just as much like should have a therapist.
Right.
If they're experiencing depression, anxiety that's uncontrolled, they should also take mental health medication. Like you guys have just as much need to feel your feelings and have someone help you work through them because, like I said, like this is your battle just as much as it's ours.
We're all in this
together. Oh, no.
4 years ago, I got to work with Corbin Blue, and in my brain, every time I'm talking to him, it's hilarious. By the way, Corbin, if you're watching, what's up? It's weird all the connections I have by just being a teacher at an arts high school, and everybody's all doing
so
TV
cool.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right now. Let's see. I think we're good.
Okay, awesome.
I'm glad you can join. Definitely, since you have a wedding coming up in less than 2 hours.
Yes.
In your living room, I guess. Or
Yes. Well, I have to go put on my bridesmaid's dress and just stand in my living room. So
there you
it's
go.
gonna be great.
How are they going to do the virtual bouquet toss?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's like everybody just catches someone.
Yeah. I will just I'll throw up a fake plant and catch it, and I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. It's my first virtual wedding, so who knows?
It's gonna be fun. I've been seeing so many virtual weddings right now. I mean, that's a whole new business right there. All you people that get ministers, you need some extra cash on the side. Offer virtual weddings.
Oh my gosh!
Get that Zoom Pro account so you can have more than 40 minutes.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, virtual reception. Order cake for everybody. Grubhub it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Just get Grubhub or whatever for everyone, and everyone just gets a delivery of the cake.
That's not bad. If now we have virtual wedding coordinators.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. You got to start this business. Are you thinking about the?
I think
I can
so.
see you being an officiator, all right? Or officiant, whatever they're called.
Well, no, you can be an officiator online, right? Get a little certificate.
Oh, yeah.
Jovana, you're sideways. We have our next patient coming up. I think I'll bring her on. If you guys want to stay. If you guys want to leave. It's all good. Jovana, you're sideways. You want to turn.
Oh, did I? I was on the whole time, huh? Okay,
no, it doesn't matter. I think everybody's coming in.
Okay.
All right. Chanel, are you leaving us? You gotta get ready.
Yeah, because I want to watch, so I'm gonna go.
Okay, and comment, please.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, unless you want me to stay on, either way, having fun. So
either way, all right. Thank you, Thank you, Chanel. That was Chanel all the way from Seattle, Washington.
Love you.
Bye,
Love
Chanel.
you.
Be good. Be safe.
Bye.
All right, I'm gonna meet you. All right, Jovana. Hey, there you are. All right, we're gonna bring another patient all the way from Texas, Blue Bonnet, Jovana.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
I'm trying to adjust my video so my phone doesn't fall. So can you see me okay?
You have it tilted on the book just right.
Really?
No. I'm just joking.
Am I?
How are you holding up there? I saw that little TV interview you did.
Oh yeah, so that was a few years back. So my cousin was she still is a huge supporter of the Scleroderma community, and she came up with this crazy idea, starving for a cure. And so she would pick a restaurant, and the restaurant would allow her to sleep outside of the restaurant to gain attention. And so the restaurant, anyone that went to go eat at the restaurant for those 48 hours, the restaurant would give a percentage back to the Scleroderma Foundation. And so everyone,
That's great.
said it was just an extreme idea, but it did get a lot of attention. It did get a lot of national attention. And, we were able to, get the word going around here in San Antonio, on behalf of the Texas chapter and everywhere. So her, and people would ask her, why starving for a cure? Why are you doing this to yourself? And she said that a lot of scleroderma patients have trouble, eating food, swallowing food, digesting. We just have so much GI involvement. So if she could just kind of put herself in my shoes for those 48 hours, she'll never be able to relate, but she'll be able to just say, I'm doing this for you because you guys don't have that privilege of, just eating and not having any issues, So it was very brave of her to do that. So I was very, very proud of her.
Yeah, that's awesome. Right, introduce yourself, because I just said Jovana and she's in.
I know, right? And then I popped in.
So, go ahead.
My name is Jovana. I live in San Antonio, Texas, and born and raised here. I have been a scleroderma patient now going on 23 years. So I was diagnosed very young. I was 14 when I was diagnosed, and my symptoms actually started when I was 12. So I am on the Texas Bluebonnet chapter board. I'm the board secretary. And then I also am in charge of fundraising for Texas. So, what goes along with all that, all of the,
or what now doesn't go along with that.
Yeah. I know we were, everyone is just kind of devastated and down that, we work so hard to put these events together and bring the community together. And just like that, things can change in this world, and we just have to cancel and accommodate and things like that. So,
and you can never be too careful with, especially, I was just explaining earlier in the beginning of the feed where, scleroderma patients is one of the biggest targets for this disease, for COVID-19, where it's, you're immunocompromised, as well as most scleroderma patients have lung issues, and it targets that specifically. So everybody stay home.
I know.
Sanitize your dang selves.
it's if it doesn't happen to you, you don't really see the seriousness of it, and that's one of the things I keep trying to talk to, my friends and my family and, social media community is it's, if you're not directly affected, you kind of just don't really realize how serious it is. But for someone like me, it's very serious, especially that I do have pulmonary involvement. Luckily right now, I don't have to rely on oxygen, but I still have, the pulmonary involvement, and I have been there to where I was on oxygen and I was, very, very sick, but still, our immune system is compromised, our organs are compromised. It's very serious for us. And I just wish there were more people in my city in San Antonio that would take it more serious,
Exactly. And I think what I'm trying to do here, this is specifically for Southern California. So please, you see the link down there. If you can please donate. This helps our foundation, or the Scleroderma Foundation Southern California chapter, pursue the mission of giving the patients support, and a lot of these patients need the support, especially now. And we're not asking for millions of dollars, although if you do have $1 million to spare, Mr. Bezos, just drop your credit card on the link and we'll be great. But a lot of us are suffering. So Jovana, Lucille, they're both chapter leaders, right? So am I, where we coordinate all these events, all these support groups, education days for our patients to be able to socialize with other patients as well too. And that's one thing that's really important, is because a lot of them do want to talk to other patients, do want to say, how are you doing? How are you dealing with the same issues that we have? And a lot of our events are canceled for safety precautions, right? And with those events, and those are usually fundraisers, we're losing a lot of what we need to help out, our patients. And this goes into research, goes into support, goes into so many things. And it's not just Southern California, it's everybody else. And hopefully this stream will be a good model for all the other chapters to follow. You can do a streamathon and just put a link. It's really great. So Jovana,
I think it's awesome.
How are you holding up in this lovely in-house suspension?
I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it and say that it's fine. It's fine. But it's not. I do have very real fears. I do have, anxiety. I do have a lot of worry. And if I'm feeling this way and I'm supposed to be a leader and I'm supposed to be strong for everyone, everyone else is feeling the same way, just like I am too. So I had to just change my mindset and just, make sure that my friends and family, whoever I'm in contact with, my immediate family here at my home, that we are extra careful because of the high risk. And then at the same time, I just know that there are others in San Antonio that are struggling, like I am, or across Texas or anywhere, because I've been talking to a lot of scleroderma patients from across the world actually that have reached out to me and checked on me, and I've done the same. And I just think that this is the best thing that we have right now, is this way of communication, to check on everybody. And I think it's good to reach out to someone who, you think they might not be struggling, but they probably are, because this is really impacting a lot of people where we already have the anxiety and fears. We already have that. Like Lucille said, we have to worry about that all the time. And now it just feels like 10 times stronger. The fear is 10 times more. And everyone is probably, afraid and anxious. So I just think it's important that we stay connected through these means and through these resources, because it's very important. You never know whose day you can help, just by reaching out and asking how they're dealing with everything or how they're doing.
Yeah, I think it's definitely, the whole social networking is now more important than ever, where we're not physically touching or physically having people in front of you, but at least you can see a face, at least you can talk to them. And everybody's dealing with this, all differently. I know Lucille is by herself and she has to sequester herself because her husband still works out there. A lot of essential workers are out there that can't see their kids or can't touch their kids because they know they're in front of people that do have the virus. And it's and I have to big shout out to all the nurses and doctors and even police officers and grocery store workers, everybody who's still out there, food delivery people. I mean, you risk your lives every time you pick up something and deliver it to somebody, because you don't know what that house does, because everybody is in quarantine. And I think it's really important that we just keep lifting them up. I know my community here in not in Sclerodermaville, in La Crescenta,
I like it.
Sclerodermaville. I think we'll start a new channel, just a Sclerodermaville. But I mean, I have to say big ups to La Crescenta and La Cañada. We have a hospital here, Verdugo Hills Hospital, USC, and we have COVID-19 patients. And everybody there has been working really hard, and we've put together a meal train up here. We've been able to send bakery deliveries just to make sure that our doctors and our nurses are well taken care of. Because you never know if you're going to be the next person that's going to be seen over there. God willing, you're not. But it's like you want your nurses still functional and ready to go and have a big breakfast. And so that's what we're doing on this end of the world.
That's good.
Yeah, but
that's really good.
And I wanted to bring patients along, whether or not they're in Southern California, because I think everybody's dealing with this crisis in different ways, but in the same way at the same time. We're all locked at home.
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure y'all are heard. And you have anything to say to all your Texas people? I'm sure they're watching.
Oh man, I love Texas. I love our state. Our as any state, our we all rally around each other, and the cities come together, and it's just a wonderful community. And I know here in San Antonio, our support group and all our patients in San Antonio, and even our medical professionals that are so supportive of the scleroderma community, they're being so nice and generous on how they're reaching out to make sure that we're okay. So I just want to say, hi to everyone, and thank you, Emmanuel, for putting this together, because I think it's awesome. I think we need to do this again, but gives us a little break in what our routine has been for the past, couple weeks or so, so.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I everybody's been having Zoom parties and Zoom vent.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Yeah, it's like, bring your own wine or hard whiskey or whatever.
Yeah. We want to do a Zoom board game.
Well, here's the cool thing. There's what's that? Jackbox.tv. So you can play it online, and then people who have phones can log in and play along with you. So if we have
cool.
time today, we'll do some Jackbox TV and do some online games, and it should be fun. But it's something you can do with Zoom. So for like $12, you can do it on your laptop and then zoom in, and everybody's participating. Some of the games are like 8 people, so you can have your whole family join in. Right now,
awesome.
we do it at home in front of our Switch, and we're extremely competitive. And almost to a point where we toss things at each other. So it's something to think about. Just a pro tip on staying at home and staying sane. All right, we're gonna go into our 20 questions. With
20
Jovana.
questions. Ooh.
Wait, I always see different last names when you pull up. So are you Jovana Placido?
I am Jovana Placido. Yes.
Jovana Placido. All right. Or because you have Jovana Gonzalez.
It's still. I haven't changed it on Facebook yet.
All right, just making sure, because
Yeah.
I want to refer to the people the right way.
As long
All
as
right,
you don't call me Tijuana, because I've been called Tijuana before. How that rhymes with Jovana, I don't know. So
those bullies. The
yeah,
word
I said
they're
that's
stuck
my
at home
weekend
to.
name.
That's my That's only after 2 tequilas. You can call me Jovana
Yes.
Tijuana. Oh my goodness. We're all here for a laugh, and I hope you're laughing with us, not at
yes.
us.
We needed to laugh. Yes.
Exactly. All right, we're gonna do 20 questions with Jovana Placido.
Do it.
Not Jovana Tijuana.
Ready.
Don't call her Jovana. She'll cut you.
Oh,
I think I'm gonna need lunch soon. I'm just waiting for the next guest. Make me a sandwich. All right, here we go. What is something you've never tried but want to?
ooh, skydiving.
Ooh.
I don't know if I could though. Oh, I would love to. Though.
You literally
I don't
just
know.
jump off a plane. What else are you gonna
Yeah,
do?
I know.
Pull the card.
I know.
I must
I
be
would
the
love
only
to try.
person with bagpipes.
The bagpipes.
Yes,
No one's
like
being
anything that
bagpipes yet.
Yeah.
Bring them back.
Anything that has to do with the lungs, I'm just like, why would I want to do anything that has to do with the lungs? Because you know,
That's why I haven't done it. I mean, just
that's why I haven't gone skydiving.
All right, what's the one thing you couldn't live without?
Family,
Yeah.
my boys, my family. Yeah,
What's one thing you can't resist?
coffee.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah,
As soon as our daughter learned how to make coffee, I said our job is done as parents. All right, what
That's
is your
awesome.
greatest fear?
Ooh, my greatest fear. I have a lot of fears. I don't know. I think it would be bad to say.
You can skip if you.
I don't want to
if you
bring the mood down.
Okay, no. All right,
Yeah.
keep it up. Smile.
Yeah,
All
I
know. Where is the best place you've traveled to and why?
I'm gonna say Hawaii. Also.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to go.
Yeah, you definitely need to go. It was the most beautiful place I've ever been. My husband and I decided one evening to get married there because we were engaged when we were there, and we ended up getting married in Hawaii. So
That's the best way not to pay for everybody else on your wedding.
Well, we still plan on having a full having the wedding and things like that. But it was just it was an idea that he came up with, and so we were like, wouldn't it be cool to get married in Hawaii? I was like, it would absolutely be beautiful, and yeah, just got
That's
the
awesome.
marriage license and found the first available reverend by the water, and yeah, so Hawaii will always be a special place to me. Yeah.
Honey, do you hear that? Once we can travel, we have to go to Hawaii.
You guys need to go to Hawaii.
Stopovers don't work for us.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. What's your favorite board game? And sorry, I'm a hypoglycemic, so I'm eating right in front of you.
You're gonna start crunching really loud.
ASMR.
Favorite board game? Ooh, I've always loved Monopoly, but we actually just started playing MLB Monopoly, and that game is fun.
Oh yeah.
Because instead of all the little characters are different baseball teams.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
It was pretty fun.
Wait, isn't like their mascots?
Just the team logos, like the little
Okay.
character that you move across the board. It's either Cubs or Yankees, whichever one you choose.
That's cool. All right. What's your 3 most overused words or phrase?
Ooh.
Ooh, I know.
That's a hard one.
Lucille, you know my words?
It was hard for me. I was like,
Pickles.
The 3 most overused words or phrases. I don't know. Gosh, that's a hard question.
All right, we can skip that
I do
one,
say
just for you.
I do say are you serious? I say that a lot. Are you serious?
We'll take that one.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do?
My favorite thing to do, listening to music, and especially if it's live. Yeah, I love music.
What is the best book you've ever read?
Ooh, best book. This is gonna be kind of, I don't know if cliche is the word, but this would
50
be a
Shades of what?
given. No, okay, so the book that Betsy Klein wrote, she's a scleroderma patient. She was the keynote at our conference last year, and I like I said, I don't know if cliche is the word, but I honestly, out of all the inspirational books that I have read in years past, because I can relate to her story so much, I was literally in tears and I was just emotional, and it just kind of just gave me like a little drive to keep doing what I'm doing. So I would say yes, Betsy's book is my favorite right now.
What's the title?
Unstoppable.
Nice.
It's called Unstoppable. It's a recipe for success in business and life.
That's cool. All right, what is your favorite place to be?
My favorite place to be?
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, home. Home.
Let's give it another 2 weeks.
Right.
What's the weirdest job?
Yeah, I am getting tired though.
What's the weirdest job you've ever had?
The weirdest job. Oh. Probably assisting in an retirement home setting, I guess. My very first person to watch over was extremely mean and made me almost cry.
Oh my.
Yeah.
What's the most alive? Yeah, hi, this is a fill in the blank at the end. You feel most alive when blank.
When I'm listening to music.
All right.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually
Especially,
it's
like,
when
kind
I'm
of
in
music
pain. When, like,
yeah.
I'm definitely alive.
Yeah. Yep. That
All right,
too.
let me skip down a little bit. If you could do another job for just one day, what would it be?
Oh, be a nurse, or even a doctor. If I could do that for one day, I would do it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, I went to college, bio pre-med, for 2.5 years,
Really.
trying to be a doctor, all because my mom said I had really bad handwriting. So 2.5 years, I was going, I'll be a doctor.
Sure.
Yeah, if I go back, I'll take me another 10 years and I'll get my doctor. All right. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, when you eat at Thanksgiving dinner, you always blank.
Eat everything.
One of each, right?
I always, at Thanksgiving dinner, I eat everything. There's
my
nothing
go-to.
I don't. Yeah, there's nothing I don't eat. Yeah.
What are the 3 things you wouldn't miss if you were stranded on an island?
I wouldn't miss. Gosh. I wouldn't miss having to take medication if I didn't need to. I wouldn't miss having to do dishes sandwiches.
Just toss that coconut after.
I know, right? Yeah. Just throw it away. Another thing I wouldn't miss. Gosh, I don't know.
Don't say family. It was the wrong. It was wouldn't.
Oh, you said that.
I wouldn't
You're
miss
like,
my
I
family if
wouldn't
I
miss
was
my family.
stranded.
I wouldn't miss my family.
All right. We can move on.
Yeah.
All right, tell us something about yourself that might surprise us.
Ooh, something about myself. I used to be a biker chick.
What?
Ride motorcycles. Everything.
All right.
Yeah.
Boom.
You'll
But
be
you
back.
know, sclero fingers. I couldn't do it anymore.
Well, you know what? You can
was
have a
fun.
husband with a sidecar. And
Yes.
sidecar.
Yeah. We got to do the sidecar.
You gotta do sidecar, Robin. Batman joke. If you guys didn't get that, what is your personal philosophy? We'll end with there.
Like Lucille mentioned, keep smiling. It's our choice to smile. It's our choice to be happy, and it's our choice to help others. So that's
awesome. And any last words? Any last things you want to say before we say goodbye to you?
Just everyone. I just stay safe. Don't listen to the people that are saying that it's a hoax or this isn't real don't let it bother you. I let it bother me, and it got the best of me. So just stay positive, you guys. We'll get through this soon, and reach out to anyone at all. I'm pretty sure they'd be happy to hear from you.
All right, thank you, Jovana.
You're welcome.
Be safe over there.
You too.
Get back, relax, watch the rest of the feed, and comment.
I will.
If anybody, I'm sure people are going to start asking questions. And Kathy Baird says hi.
I love Kathy.
All right, so we'll I know we have Zoom meetings coming up next week.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely be on
We'll
there.
talk soon.
All right, take care.
Bye. Take care.
Awesome.
Yeah.